Greetings everyone and welcome! Joining us today is Cage X, a known content creator on YouTube with over 9,000 subscribers. Known for his entertaining commentary and gameplay, Cage X specializes in Mugen JUS content. His channel offers a mix of skillful gameplay and insightful commentary, making him a source for gaming enthusiasts. How are you feeling, Cage?
I feel good, man. I appreciate you for having me on your channel. When you first asked me to do this interview, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was hesitant because in my humble opinion, I believe that interviews are for two groups of people. You got people that are relevant and you got famous people. And right now I'm neither one of those, but nonetheless, man, I'm really grateful that you have me on the channel doing this. So, yeah,
See, but that's where we disagree, because you are very relevant, because you represent the commentary side of the JUS community of Mugen. You inspire a lot of people and you have a huge entertainment value, which is why I believe you're an interesting individual that can have a lot of insight on Mugen and content and other stuff. With that said, so
I appreciate that.
So tell me, Cage, what goes into the process of creating a video for your channel?
So what goes into the process, if I'm being completely honest, I don't actually have a set of rules that go into when I make a video. If it really varies from what kind of video I'm doing. As you know, I sometimes do like gameplays, or it's Mugen, or maybe just me ranting. If it's like a Mugen tournament video, I kind of like to script out just the intro, and I like the reactions to be raw because I want it to be a true reaction to what I'm seeing. If it's a video with, let's say I'm playing with friends, I kind of like to already know what we're getting into, plan out what kind of battles we're gonna go into, you know, kind of keep the language barrier, you know, up, because you know how I represent my channel. As far as other videos though, it's not really like I don't have a process that goes into like making a video. It's always kind of just off the top. I believe like if I think more on doing what like recording, I'm going to like mess up. So I just kind of press record and go wherever the wind takes me, man. Honestly, I don't really like try to script anything.
You know, because you don't try to script, it makes your content feel more authentic and it's more relatable to people. I believe this is why you attract audience, because they feel your authenticity. It's real, it's raw, which is what distinguishes you from other people, other commentators. What do you enjoy most about playing Mugen JUS, and what makes it stand out compared to other video games?
So what I enjoy most about playing Mugen, just style Mugen, is actually playing with friends. I think that's where I get the most value for the videos and most enjoyment. I think when you just, whether it be a random video or you're playing against each other or you're playing against a raid boss or whatever the content is you're gonna do for the day, I think that's where Mugen stands out, when you're actually playing against people. As if you guys been around the channel, you guys know that I'm not too good against AI. I can watch AI, but when it comes to actually playing against AI, I'm kind of bad. So I like playing Mugen, you know, on my free time, but I don't really get too much enjoyment when it comes out of playing it against AI, because I'm just not good. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm not him. But the most enjoyment I actually get out of Mugen is playing with friends and doing like these tournament series. I really have a lot of fun doing tournament series. I think is one of the key points in Mugen, is seeing all these different matchups of different creators come together and seeing who has like the best character. And I feel like that's what makes Just Style Mugen stand out compared to other Mugens, at least for me. That's my opinion. I'm not sure about other people, but for me, that's why I like, because Just Style plays on the anime, and me and you both know we're kind of like anime fans. I grew up with anime, so anime is just like something like having Just Style Mugen and it being anime is just like a perfect duo, honestly.
I agree. And it's the possibility of bringing different anime characters from different shows and facing them off against each other, not something that many other video games can allow you because of licensing reasons and other stuff. And like you said, you have characters from different creators, so it's very interesting to see different talents collide together. So I completely agree with everything that you say. How do you engage with your audience, and what role do your viewers play in shaping your content?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. These days, how do I engage my audience? Most of my audience actually don't really comment on my YouTube channel. They come straight to the Discord and they hit me in my DMs. I was really in tune with my community at one point, so a lot of them have me added on Discord. So you might see random videos here and there and wonder like what's going on with like this series. Some of the random battles that I do is just because someone maybe later that day or earlier that day, later that week, had asked me, hey, can you do this matchup for me? I really want to see it, and I don't like saying no. So that's kind of how I engage with them. I'm always talking to my audience and in Discord and DMs, and I love doing their matchups. That to me brings me happiness. I ain't gonna lie. I love seeing their matchups. They always put me on to new characters, new things, edits that I don't even know are out. That's how I kind of connect with them, like through actually talking to them in Discord and just being there. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I understand totally what you're saying. Yes. Have there been any memorable interactions or experiences with your audience that stand out for you?
I definitely had a memorable experience.
Hopefully something positive.
Oh no, this is not positive. There was a point in time where I was abusing Dio because Dio was bringing views to the channel, and the moment that I switched up from using Dio, I'm not gonna put any names out on blast, but I had a few people literally sending me threats and getting mad at me for not like basically cutting them out of my videos and out of my channel for a period of time. They were like in my DMs talking really crazy. I'm not gonna say what they were saying, but they were talking really crazy. And at one point, they made me actually do a rant video, like a 30-minute rant video of why I don't enjoy seeing DOK1 fight. It was a very interesting experience to see how many people actually rocked for that specific character. Just remembering that is bringing back like so many funny memories. Now that I look back on it, I'm not even mad at it. But before, I definitely had some type of rage when I saw the DMs flooding in my inbox. Oh man.
These are cool experiences. I guess every creator deals with different experiences, for the best or for the worst. That's a cool story. Do you have a favorite character?
I do have a favorite character. This might shock you. As much as I do just style Mugen content, my
Well,
favorite,
you're saying
my
it's
two
going
favorite
to shock
characters.
me. I'm not like it's going to shock.
Well,
me.
if
What
you know, if you've
character
been
would
around my
shock me?
channel, okay, if you've been around my channel, you know that I love Shadow Dancer and Alexis. I think they're both King of Fighters characters people, but I'm not sure if Shadow Dancer is. But those two people, as of right now, those are my two favorite characters. Like I can watch them all day. It's just their fights are amazing. If you haven't looked at these characters, do check them out. They're borderline OP, but they're OP in a way where it's not a bunch of like overpowered moves. Yes, sometimes they do have it, but they're really flashy, and I love seeing like people really throw hands in the battle. So as a Mugen watcher primarily, you know that I like, since I'm watching it and I'm not necessarily playing it all the time, I like to see something that's going to keep me engaged, and those two people never fail to keep me engaged. I don't know if you checked them out before, but
I actually
definitely check
didn't,
them
but
out.
it's interesting, and I'm going to. It actually makes me want to bring a question of: is there a character that is like the easiest for you to play with?
There's not a specific character, but there's a coder, character creator that I kind of gravitate towards his style because it's easier for me to play with, and that's Petamix. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but Petamix's characters for me, yep. They're fast, and they're easy. They kind of remind me a little bit like a twist on Marvel vs. Capcom, if you ever played that game.
I actually didn't, and people are probably going to be mad at me for not. My main fighting games are Tekken and Mortal Kombat, but I actually want to ask the question then, did you try his Wolverine?
I have not tried the Wolverine just yet.
Wow, you're going to absolutely love him. I think this is the easiest character to pick up and play with. I think, like, yeah, just try him. I think you cannot go wrong with him. There's so many, like, how do I explain it? He allows you for so much expression. It doesn't matter which way you choose to play him, it will work for you, which is what I'm trying to say. Like, almost every special can immediately be followed up with another combo, and he's super easy and simple to play with, which is probably his biggest strength. So, wow, actually, now I'm excited if you ever try him for a video. I'd be very interested to see your opinion on Wolverine.
Yeah, that's right up my alley. That's right up my alley.
Yeah, I think you're really going to love him. I might be wrong, of course, it's a subjective thing, but do you have a favorite character creator?
Yes, sir. Okay, you have to, let me ask you, have you been around? Have you seen any of my videos? Because I've said it quite a few times throughout the, I would say 4 years I've been doing Mugen. I want to ask you, have you ever heard me mention this creator? Because you may know him. You actually may know him.
Well, if it's not Petaminx, then...
Not Petamix.
It's not... I don't think it's Dano. I don't think it's
not Dano.
Mugen.
He's climbing.
Huh?
What's it called? Dano is climbing. I love his Jonathan. Jonathan's really well made. I think that's Dano, right?
Yeah, that's Dano. I like Dano as well, but people are gonna be mad at me for what I'm about to say. But I think a huge flaw that Jonathan has is this sound, his sound design, or not design, sound balance. Some of his attacks are so loud, like way louder than they should be. I think the sound balance is pretty horrendous. But besides that, yeah, the character is super awesome. But it's not Dano, right?
No, Dano. I'll give you one more. You got one more.
I don't think it's Mugen. I doubt it's Mugen. It might be Michael. Nah, Michael's probably my personal. So, okay, my final guess. Fresh Prince.
No,
damn it.
Fresh Prince is great. Fresh Prince is great, but it's Revelio. I love Revelio's characters. I love.
Oh my god! Why
didn't
I guess him?
I don't know. He's been in my top 1 since I started doing Mugen, and that's crazy to me. Even though he's in my top 1, I can't play his characters. So don't even ask me. But watching his characters, or even attempting to play his characters like Kaneki and Ayato, they're always just a blast to play with or see fight. He did an amazing job at their AI, an amazing job at like how smooth the characters look and how aggressive they are. I love Revelio's characters. Not to sound like, you know, a fanboy, but Revelio's been at the top 1. So yeah, I love his characters, man.
It's a valid reason to be a fanboy, because here's the truth. I believe that Revelio is one of the best character creators for Mugen. A bit unfortunate that this year he was a bit drier, but I do believe that Revelio is one of the best creators ever. He innovates, his quality is beyond the roof, and any like compliment you give about him is valid and makes sense. I totally understand.
Yes, sir.
His characters are amazing, 100%. So, what can your audience expect from you, from your channel in the future? Any exciting projects or content plans you'd like to share?
So as far as content, I can't say anything really new is gonna happen or really exciting, but I am right now actively trying to learn coding, because I am making or coding my own OC. As many of people know, if they've been around the channel for a little while today, or not today, this week, I've been kind of showing little hints of previews of him. Right now, I'm still basically learning from the ground up, but I placed him over Toma as a base. I got his hits in. It's gonna be a big project. I have a few phases. This is just base. I'm already having sword style worked on from a friend of mine, and yeah, that's one thing I can say, that if anybody is interested to see, you know, my vision of my OC and stuff come to life, that's one thing to look out for, because I am going to be coding him. Hopefully it doesn't take me a millennia, but you know, I would try that.
That is very exciting, and definitely a reason why you should check Cage X channel, not just to wait for his release, but generally, like I said, Cage X, for those who are not unaware of his channel, he is a commentator, super interesting individual, has a lot of positive and hype energy. Highly recommend to check his channel and to subscribe to his channel. With all of that said, are there specific tips or advices you'd offer to aspiring content creators looking to start a channel focused on gaming or Mugen JUA specifically?
If you're gonna do Mugen, know that it's kind of, this is my honest opinion, it's hard to kind of grow out, like grow to, I guess, a big fan base of Mugen. Unless you have a personality that can carry you, it's going to be hard to kind of break out of Mugen. But if you do go into Mugen, my advice is to be yourself, be hype, enjoy the fights. Don't listen to any of the hate when any of creators or fans tell you not to watch a character or play a character. Just do what you want when it comes to Mugen. Obviously respectfully, don't play with leaked characters and stuff, but be yourself, be consistent. Don't pull a Kage, don't pull me, don't go inconsistent. Be consistent, make sure you're on your grind, and yeah, just have fun with it. It's most importantly to have fun with it. My last advice I can give you is do not compare yourself to other people, because I know a few people that do that. Just stay in your lane and just focus on your grind. If you want to do YouTube, any part of YouTube, if it's Mugen, gaming, commentary, anything like that, make sure you stay in your lane and just focus on your grind. And I know for sure if you do that, you're gonna make it in any category, any niche. That's my only advice for you.
Oh, I love that. I really like that. I'll add just a small thing. Be open for feedback and criticism for anyone listening and deciding to open. Don't listen to haters, obviously. Do what, just like Cage said, do what feels right for you and just enjoy it. That's number one. That's the number thing you should focus on. But also don't limit yourself from valid criticism or from suggestions or from feedback. Feedback is important as long as it's not just like negative comments where it's like, oh, your content is bad. Like, obviously don't listen to those individuals. But if someone is giving you a like genuine advice because he cares about you, he wants to like improve, then, you know, be open for suggestions. If you can.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree.
Cage X, it was a huge honor to have you here. Thank you very much for taking your time and answering to some of these questions.
Hey, the honor was mine, bro. Like I said, I really appreciate you having me on your channel. I was hesitant to come on here, but you made it feel very welcoming, bro, and I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful that you saw fit for me to be on your channel. So, hey, man, I'm very thankful.
Like I said, it's a huge honor, and I'm very thankful. And with everything said, I wish upon everyone at home to have a wonderful day.